Hi, everyone. Welcome to the energy update for September 2023. Today, we are going to be going through the beginning, middle, and end of September and what we can expect. And I have to say, wow, wasn't August super intense? So I'm really excited to be able to lay a little bit of a framework of how we can work with some of the energies of September so we can really get the most out of the next month to come. So if this is your first time being here, welcome. I'm super excited that you are here. I am Rachael. I am a new earth leader, a light worker, and an energy channel, and I'm really excited to be able to share all of this information with you. So the three big words coming in for this month is foundation, rebuilding, and acceleration. So right now we have so much energy that is going to really be moving us into September. August was massive this month. We started off with a full moon at the beginning, a super full moon at the end. We had the Lion's Gate right in the middle, and it was just like a vortex of crazy intense energies. And as we're really coming out of the end of August, we're really being guided to pause and to slow down. And this is what the first week of September is going to really be about, is that we are slowly starting to take little steps forward, but there isn't necessarily a lot of movement yet. So the movement is happening more on the back end versus the front end of what it is that you are creating. So we really want to slow down and to go inward during that last week of August, first week of September, because we really want to be asking ourselves some really deep questions during this period of time, questioning our beliefs, questioning ourselves, questioning our values, questioning our creations, and just making sure again that they are aligning to what it is that we would like to bring forward at this time. And many of our belief systems and thought patterns and behaviors very well are out of date. So this is the reason why these things are coming up. Are we ready to step into a new uncomfortable, or are we going to continue the same patterns of behaviors and same thought processes? So we're really being asked, like, what is your belief system? Where did it originate from? Who told you? Who taught you? Does it still resonate with you? How long have you carried this belief system? And is it something that is actually still serving you? So we're really doing this massive reworking during this ending of August, beginning of September, where a lot of things could be refiguring and realigning as we let some of the old stories go and as we reevaluate ourselves, our belief systems, and how we are showing up as we move forward. And then as we get into that second week of September, we're going to start to see a tiny, I say lightly, tiny bit of momentum. So I'm hearing the words, we're laying the foundation. So you're going to start to actually put some aligned action toward your creations, but it's going to be like we're refining things a little bit still. We may be, putting forward a little bit, we're refining, we're reconfiguring, but there is a little bit more of that action-oriented energy that is coming forward. And then as we get into that third week, this is where finally we're starting to get a breakthrough. And I can really feel like that breath of fresh air coming in as we get into the third week where we're like, finally, okay, I feel lighter. I feel like I can move forward. I'm ready now. And you're really starting to step forward in a much more powerful and meaningful way. So I'm really seeing this as like we're stepping more into our power. We're stepping more into our new earth leadership roles. And this is coming up a lot right now, that you, as the light worker that you are, it is time for us to step up into our authentic expression and to show ourselves, open up our throat chakras and begin to be vulnerable and expressive with who we are on the actual inside of our being. So this is that new authentic expression, that courage, that new earth leadership that's really starting to come forward. And then as we get into the last week of September, I'm seeing like massive gains, manifestation, magic, relief, movement, really starting to come forward. And then this is going to continue to kind of snowball as we get into October, November, and things will slow down a little bit again in December. December, but we're really seeing that kind of snowball effect where there's a massive expansion that is coming forward. And I'm really hearing right now, as we move through September, it's really important that we are paying attention to our thoughts and that we're paying attention to our belief systems, because really what it is that we are aligning with, where our energy is going, this is going to accelerate and manifest very quickly. So if we are focusing on all of the things that are not working, all of the things that we don't like, and we're really getting into some of that heavy energy, we will be amplifying this energy at this time. And this will become like an acceleration of like all of this. It's going to feel very heavy as we get into the later parts of September. But if we're really reframing, restructuring, and starting to set ourselves up for success early in September, and we begin to actually start to look at, okay, maybe I'm not happy with where I am. I don't like A, I don't like B, and I don't like C, but I'm not going to focus on those things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new vision that is going to help quantum leap and take me out of situation A, B, and C that I don't like. And I'm going to focus all of my energy and attention on this new creation, this new vision. And we are going to see this new creation, new vision be amplified and come forward very rapidly. I'm also seeing as well that there is a need for a lot of us to do some energy clearing work in September, where because we are really stripping away, and they're saying the word stripping away, so much old that is not serving us, we're stripping away massive layers of our identity. These are things that we have identified with, that we have consumed, and that has become parts of our integrated identity, potentially even on a very deep level. So as this strips away, number one, this is going to feel extremely vulnerable and uncomfortable. So if you're feeling that way, you are absolutely not alone. And number two, as this kind of strips away, there is going to be the need to actually clear your energy field and to clear it out of your system, and to have a little bit of assistance in doing this. So it's okay if you're feeling like you need that extra assistance. So doing anything like Reiki sessions, psychic surgeries, energetic clearings, violet flame healings, crystalline fire healings, anything like this is going to be massively beneficial for so many of you. Entity clearings, I'm hearing as well, is going to be very important, because this is bringing up like those inner demons, those inner shadowy parts inside of us. And we're really collapsing down on a very deep level many parts of us that are no longer in alignment. So we're also getting on track, is what I'm seeing too. It's kind of like we've been playing in this middle zone for a while, and now we're getting on track. We're starting to like step into that new earth leadership role where we're like, no, I'm ready. I'm done. I don't want to play the middle ground anymore. This is my truth. This is what feels authentic to me. And I'm going to go stand in it no matter how uncomfortable it is. And I'm going to begin to really embody these new frequencies of my higher self and this new light. And even though it may feel uncomfortable, I'm going to stand there anyways. So this is what we're really being invited to do at this time, because collectively, we're really seeing a lot of massive shifts, distractions, density, stories that are coming up right now within the collective. And this is going to continue to get louder as we move through this year. As things kind of come up and get louder, we have to get even more grounded. So it's like we're coming down as everything's bubbling up. So we really want to make sure that we're spending some time really feeling fully centered and grounded in our own being. That's the reason why this questioning is so important to do right now. Because if we haven't spent the time reevaluating and questioning our own belief systems, then we will be swayed potentially off of our center by some of the external that is going to be rising. If we've already gone through the process of shedding away layers of density and heaviness, we've done our inner work on our personal level, then we are going to feel so grounded, so 100% sovereign. And we're going to know that it's safe for us to fully anchor in, and you are going to become unwavering in your belief systems and also in your frequency and your energy field. So as we ground down and more heaviness and density and stories and distractions come up to the surface, we're going to be able to like be a pinpoint kind of that's like, or a dart that's really just carving out that path of light during some really, really interesting times. So this is kind of the visualization that I am being given, that we really want to make sure that we're spending some time in that reflection, refining, reworking, so that we can actually really focus our time and our energy in on the things that actually matter and on the one true truth. So we're getting on path with the truth. And this is also something that's coming up inside of the spiritual community. This is not just heaviness and density and false light programs or just distortion that's coming up in the mainstream. This is coming up in every single system. So whether that is the medical system, the education system, the spiritual systems, right? So as we move through this time, we're going to see even some of kind of the distractions, the storylines, some of the belief systems that are maybe not in alignment with you are going to start to be shed away as we get more and more on track with what it is that we actually desire to bring forward for the entire collective. So we really want to be anchoring into that highest timeline right now for all of the planet to ascend on. The more we get distracted and we're going down these kind of storylines and these fluffy things that are all around us that want to distract us, right? The harder it's going to be to anchor that highest timeline for all of humanity. What is that? So number one, we want to question everything right now and really, really drop into our own hearts and our own discernment. And then we also as well want to really focus on that vision that we are bringing forward. This is really, really important so that we are really focusing all of our energy and attention into New Earth, into what we would be doing in New Earth, into that greater vision that feels so large and so big and so expansive and so abundant. We want to create that vision and then be sticking to it. So as something comes up to distract you, you're like, nope, I'm going to keep working on this. And then this story comes up to distract you. You're like, nope, my attention's still on this. And this is how we begin to anchor some of those higher timelines. So we want you to be focusing on what is your personal highest timeline. What would you be doing if you had no limitations? And even it's not about necessarily stripping away all the limitations. It's not about escaping the matrix. It's about aligning and working through exactly where you're at now and beginning to sprinkle in more light as you begin to become more and more anchored in your highest timeline. So September has some beautiful and very big energies that are coming forward for a lot of us. If we are really resisting this massive expansion that's coming up, we are going to be feeling confused, anxious, heavy, depressed, and exhausted. So if you are feeling this way, it's not a bad thing, but just know and take a look at, what am I resisting right now? Why do I feel heavy? What is out of alignment right now? What is not working for me? What is draining my energy? This is what it means to question everything. When we can begin to look inside, we sit with ourselves and we ask ourselves questions. Why am I irritated? Why do I feel this way? What would I be doing if I could do anything? And we want to begin to question ourselves in this way so that we can begin to gain more clarity. And so that we can lift ourselves up out of these heavier spaces, out of these denser spaces, and begin to move more and more toward your authentic expression so that you know that you are the powerful being that you actually are, and you're standing in that sovereign power that you have within you, and you begin to align and create from that place. So I am so excited to continue to move through this ascension process with you. Make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, follow along, all of the things. I am also going to be having some massive things come forward to assist you guys in all of this as we move through September. So make sure that you're also following me on Instagram, and I am sending you guys so much love and light.